肩色悪くなってきましたね。
キングコングが我が社の製品を買い込んでニコリと笑ってる写真。
国連ではこのままゴジラを放置しておくことは世界の破滅になる。
いやいや疎開なんて。
これだけ言ってもわかんねえのかな。お前のためなんだぜ。
In 1962, Japanese cinema witnessed one of its most ambitious and iconic monster crossovers with the release of King Kong vs. Godzilla. This film brought together two of the most legendary creatures in cinematic history, creating a spectacle that would influence monster films for decades to come. Produced by Toho Studios, the same studio behind the Godzilla franchise, King Kong vs. Godzilla was a bold experiment in combining Western and Japanese pop culture phenomena. At the time, King Kong was already an established icon in Hollywood since his 1933 debut, while Godzilla had become a national symbol in Japan, representing both the terror of nuclear power and post-war anxieties. The idea of pitting these two titans against each other was not only a marketing masterstroke, but also a unique cultural crossover that bridged East and West in a cinematic context. The production of King Kong vs. Godzilla began with a clear goal to create a blockbuster monster film capable of drawing audiences from multiple demographics. The film was directed by Ishirō Honda, a director renowned for his work on Godzilla, 1954, and several other kaiju films, and produced by Tomoyuki Tenkaka, who had been instrumental in shaping Toho's monster movie legacy. Honda's approach to the film maintained the sense of spectacle and awe that audiences had come to expect from Godzilla films, while incorporating the charm and charisma of King Kong, whose personality and physical prowess provided a different kind of monster dynamic. The script, co-written by Takeshi Kimura and Shinichi Sekizawa, was designed to balance action, humor, and dramatic tension, with a story that allowed the monsters to interact with humans and the environment in meaningful ways. The casting for King Kong vs. Godzilla included several notable Japanese actors of the era. Tadao Takashima played the role of Osamu Sakurai, a television producer whose fascination with monsters drives much of the plot. Emiko Yamauchi portrayed Katsuko, adding emotional depth to the human side of the story. Kenji Sahara, a recurring actor in Toho productions, appeared as Kazuo, a character who helps facilitate the interaction between humans and the titanic creatures. While the human cast provided the narrative backbone, the real stars were, of course, King Kong and Godzilla, brought to life through a combination of suitmation, miniature sets, and practical effects. Eiji Tsuburaya, Toho's special effects mastermind, played a crucial role in creating the illusion of colossal battles, utilizing intricate miniature landscapes, pyrotechnics, and detailed monster suits to achieve the film's larger-than-life visuals. The plot of King Kong vs. Godzilla centers around the mysterious reawakening of Godzilla, who emerges from the ocean after centuries of dormancy. His appearance causes destruction across Japan, prompting concern from the government and scientists alike. Simultaneously, a pharmaceutical company discovers King Kong living on Faro Island, a remote and exotic location. Believing that King Kong's unique abilities could be exploited for marketing purposes, they orchestrate a plan to bring the giant ape to Japan. The premise sets up the eventual confrontation between the two titans, with both creatures portrayed not merely as mindless monsters, but as forces of nature with distinct personalities and motivations. King Kong is depicted as intelligent, almost sympathetic, while Godzilla embodies unstoppable destructive power. The contrast between the creatures' characteristics drives much of the excitement in their eventual battle. The journey from Faro Island to Japan is filled with moments of spectacle, highlighting King Kong's strength and adaptability. The film showcases Toho's innovative use of miniature cityscapes, which allow the audience to witness the sheer scale of destruction as Kong and Godzilla clash. Their first encounter is both humorous and dramatic, as the monsters engage in playful but destructive posturing, circling one another and testing their strength. The climactic battle takes place on Mount Fuji, where natural elements such as ice, snow, and the mountain's treacherous terrain become part of the fight choreography. The final confrontation, in which the monsters grapple and exchange blows, demonstrates the ingenuity of Honda and Tsuburaya's effects team. Through careful planning and meticulous attention to detail, the film achieves a sense of realism despite the fantastical premise, allowing audiences to become fully immersed in the spectacle. The film's approach to monster design is a crucial aspect of its appeal. Godzilla's design remained largely consistent with his previous appearances, a towering reptilian creature with jagged dorsal plates and a menacing roar. King Kong's suit, on the other hand, was modified to be slightly larger than in his 1933 Hollywood debut to match Godzilla's scale, while retaining a primate-like agility and expressive facial features. The contrast in design emphasized the unique abilities and fighting styles of each monster. Godzilla relied on brute strength and atomic breath, a hallmark of his previous appearances, whereas King Kong utilized his intelligence, dexterity, and resourcefulness to gain advantages in battle. These design choices not only served the narrative but also contributed to the lasting popularity of the film, as fans could identify and root for their favorite monster while appreciating the craftsmanship behind their portrayal. In addition to the visual spectacle King Kong vs. Godzilla featured a memorable musical score composed by Akira Ifukube, whose work on the original Godzilla film had already established him as a key figure in Japanese cinema. Fukube's score combined dramatic orchestral elements with suspenseful motifs to heighten tension during battle scenes and convey the emotional stakes of the human characters' interactions. Music played an essential role in guiding audience reactions, from moments of awe at Kong's size to fear and excitement during Godzilla's rampages. The interplay between music and action helped solidify the film's reputation as a cinematic experience rather than merely a monster show, allowing viewers to engage emotionally with both the story and the spectacle. Upon its release in Japan on August 11, 1962, King Kong vs. Godzilla achieved unprecedented commercial success. It became the highest-grossing Godzilla film of its era, demonstrating the appeal of cross-cultural monster storytelling. The film was later released in the United States in 1963, where it underwent some editing and dubbing to cater to Western audiences. Despite these changes, the film retained the essence of its story, and American audiences were captivated by the spectacle of two legendary monsters facing off. The international success of the film helped cement Godzilla's status as a global icon and introduced King Kong to a new generation of fans who had not experienced the original 1933 film in its full scope. Over the decades, King Kong vs. Godzilla has earned a reputation as a classic within both the kaiju and monster movie genres. Film historians and enthusiasts often cite its innovative combination of practical effects, narrative structure, and monster choreography as a high point in Toho's creative output. The movie also set the precedent for future monster crossovers, influencing films such as Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, and later international efforts like Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021. Its cultural significance extends beyond cinema. The film reflects post-war Japanese society's fascination with technological advancement, Western influences, and the anxieties surrounding human intervention in nature. The monsters themselves, symbolic of different forms of power and resilience, offer layers of interpretation that continue to be explored in academic and fan communities alike. The legacy of King Kong vs. Godzilla is evident in its continued popularity among collectors, enthusiasts, and general audiences. The film has been re-released in various formats over the years, including VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and digital streaming platforms, ensuring that new generations can experience the thrill of the Titanic showdown. Merchandise, including action figures, model kits, and themed collectibles, has further reinforced the cultural impact of the film, creating a lasting fan base that spans decades. Its influence can also be seen in contemporary cinema and media, inspiring filmmakers to explore crossovers, collaborative storytelling, and ambitious practical effects in ways that were groundbreaking in the 1960s. The film's visual effects, while grounded in practical techniques, demonstrated remarkable creativity for its time. Miniature cities were painstakingly built to scale, allowing the monsters to interact convincingly with their environment. Explosions, fire, and destruction were filmed in real time, often requiring multiple takes and extensive coordination between special effects crews. Suitmation. The process of having actors wear elaborate monster suits allowed for expressive movements and interactions, giving the monsters a sense of life and personality. These effects, while sometimes appearing dated to modern viewers, remain a testament to the ingenuity and dedication of the production team. They also contribute to the nostalgic charm that fans continue to celebrate today. King Kong and Godzilla's battles were choreographed to emphasize their unique strengths and to entertain audiences with a mixture of tension, humor, and spectacle. Scenes often depicted Kong using clever tactics to evade Godzilla's atomic breath, climb structures for leverage, or engage in physical combat with intelligence-driven strategy. Godzilla, in contrast, relied on raw power and destructive capability, often leveling entire city blocks in his pursuit. The juxtaposition of brains versus brawn created a dynamic and engaging viewing experience that kept audiences invested in the outcome of each confrontation. This careful planning of monster action sequences laid the groundwork for future kaiju films and inspired countless imitators in the decades that followed. Beyond the spectacle of monster battles, King Kong vs. Godzilla also explored human themes, such as greed, scientific curiosity, and the consequences of manipulating forces beyond our control. Characters like Osamu Sakurai embody the ambition and folly of humans attempting to control nature, while scientists and military figures represent rationality and caution. These human narratives provide context and emotional stakes, making the monster confrontations more than mere entertainment. By intertwining human drama with colossal monster action, the film achieved a balance that appealed to a wide range of viewers, from children drawn to the visual excitement to adults appreciating thematic depth. The film's initial reception varied among critics, with some praising its spectacle and technical achievements, while others criticized the story's simplicity or the sometimes cartoonish portrayal of monsters. Despite mixed critical reactions, audience enthusiasm remained high, and box office performance validated the filmmaker's vision. Over time, retrospective evaluations have been far more favorable, recognizing the film as a pioneering work that influenced both Japanese and international science fiction cinema. Today, it is celebrated not only as a classic kaiju film, but also as a significant cultural artifact, bridging the worlds of Hollywood and Japanese monster filmmaking. King Kong and Godzilla's enduring appeal lies in their contrasting yet complementary characteristics. Kong, with his intelligence and relatable animalistic behaviors, evokes empathy from the audience, while Godzilla, embodying sheer destructive force and indestructibility, represents awe and fear. This dichotomy ensures that viewers remain engaged and invested, rooting for one monster while respecting the other. The film's ability to showcase these two giants in a single narrative without diminishing either's presence is a testament to Honda and Tsuburaya's skill as storytellers and visual artists. The showdown is more than a fight. It is a carefully constructed display of character, power, and spectacle that remains compelling decades after its release. In conclusion, King Kong vs. Godzilla 1962 stands as a landmark achievement in monster cinema. Its innovative blend of Eastern and Western icons, meticulous special effects, memorable musical score, and engaging narrative combine to create a film that is both entertaining and culturally significant. The production's ambitious vision, from casting and monster design to miniature work and choreography, reflects a commitment to cinematic excellence that has influenced generations of filmmakers and audiences alike. The film's legacy endures not only through re-releases, merchandise, and fan appreciation, but also in the ongoing fascination with monster crossovers, the cultural impact of kaiju films, and the continued resonance of its titular characters. King Kong vs. Godzilla remains a timeless spectacle, a testament to creativity, imagination, and the universal appeal of epic battles between titanic forces of nature.